In this video, we'll show you how to replace the LCD and hinges in the MacBook Air. This repair has a high degree of difficulty and the potential for injury. Proceed with caution. To begin, insert a razor blade or sharp piece of plastic in between the silver bezel and the light gray rubber trim. Work the razor through to the other side of the bezel and then gently work the blade around the LCD. Apply a downward pressure on the side of the blade opposite the LCD. This will prevent the blade from scratching the LCD. You may want to put a piece of plastic or some other object between the LCD and the razor to prevent scratching. Go very slowly while working your blade around the frame. Constantly check to verify you are not scratching the LCD or cutting the light gray rubber trim. When you reach the top corner, reinsert your blade and then move it to a point where it meets resistance. At this point, take the blade out and reinsert it about 1/4 inch past that point. Continue working the blade until you get to the eyesight camera area. When you get to that point, take the blade out and reinsert it on the other side of the eyesight camera area. You'll meet another point of resistance on this side. Again, remove the blade and reinsert it about 1/4 inch past this point. Continue to work the blade around the corner and down the side of the display. Next, insert the blade on the bottom of the display past the left hinge and work it along the bottom of the display bezel. Again, pay attention not to scratch the LCD or to cut the rubber trim. The bezel should now come up and off the display assembly. Next, remove the rubber gray trim simply by lifting it out. To remove the LCD, remove the 4 black Phillips head screws holding the LCD to the display frame. Next, disconnect the LVDS cable from the LCD at the bottom of the display. Tilt the display forward and then pull the LCD out of the display frame. To remove the left hinge, first remove the small Phillips head screw. Next, remove the 2 Torx T7 screws on the left hinge. Use a pry tool to remove the plastic gray insert in the hinge, and then remove the cable from the hinge. Repeat this procedure on the right-hand side. For more Mac repair guides, including the reassembly procedure, visit our website, powerbookmedic.com.